Hey guys, it's Sky and this is What's So Funny. So today we have my co-host Tato. Don't know how long he's going to last. Right now we can see he does not want to be here. Usually I don't have a co-host, but he decided to photobomb my session. So we're going to say along Mr. Hadoken. Hadosaken actually is his real name. Hadosaken last. But yeah, so we're going to get right into it. So we had a lot happen the last time we talked. We had the SWBLO Warriors Laugh Factory comedy contest, which was insane. And as you know, I was in it amongst 19 other comics. And before you ask, I did it for the time. I know very well that I wasn't going to win. Everybody's like, oh, you shouldn't put yourself down. I'm not putting myself down. In fact, I knew darn well that I was not going to win. I wanted just the time and experience, because that's just what I wanted. I knew I was not going to win. There were so many other people who were not just way funnier, but had way more time and experience under their belt. That wasn't me. I've been doing this exactly 3 months, and if a 3-monther is going to win this, no, because the judges even knew, like, guys, there's no way. But if it was like a bunch of 3-monthers going against each other, maybe. But no, there's like me, the 3-monther, and then a bunch of people have been doing it 5, 7, 8, 9, 12 something years. Because I know Dave's been doing it a pretty freaking long time. He has like a bunch of awards and shit under his belt. So, I'm not even going to pretend to know how to say his last name. But I told you my co-host wasn't going to last very long. But yeah, so then we had Timbuktu, we had Jordan, we had Wes Ken, we had Mike. We had so many people. We had not Doug. Yeah, we had Doug, I think. No, we didn't have Doug. Doug wasn't there. We had so many people. I'm just trying to remember everybody that we had because I'm naming comics that I know. And then, no, we had Brandon White. We had so many people there. Let me just say that. We had so many people there. You're trying to ask me 19 other comics who are on that stage with me, and I'm trying to remember that whole damn list. But the point being is there were so many talented people, and it was a fight, but I wasn't trying to fight for first place to third. Me personally, I just want the time and the experience. That's all I wanted. I know everybody else was trying to fight for the first to third place. I was not. I just wanted the experience. That's all I ever want. And then for me, this weekend has been crazy, and it's still going to be crazy until today. Yesterday, I did a thing in Oberlin, Ohio with Brandon White, the New Union Center in Oberlin, which was really fun. It was a very small crowd. The ambulance went by, sorry about that. But so New Union Center in Oberlin, Ohio, which was really fun. Worked with some new people, which was fantastic. It was such a great event. It really was. Had the headliner, I do apologize, I forget his name off the top of my head. I'd have to look at my phone. Unfortunately, I'm recording off of it. But he was fucking fantastic. Somebody says I don't swear normally. That's debatable. I do swear in my normal life. I just, it depends when I get really animated. I understand that you want to clean the set, but when I'm really, really animated and happy, like, seriously. But no, my point being is this headliner was really good, though. He really was, though. Like, seriously, he was really good. And, he was, like, super good. Like, I can't tell you how great this guy was. Like, he made me laugh, he made me cry, and in a good way, like, when you're laughing so hard you're crying. Like, it was so funny. And then yesterday, I had my first 7-minute, almost 8-minute, it didn't get quite to 8 minutes, but almost a 7-minute set, which felt really good. When I went back and looked at my time, it was 7 minutes, and it felt really good to know that I can get 7 minutes of material in. And it was actually my first time doing my kid-friendly set. And then I was able to go back on stage twice, which was like, wasn't expecting that. And I did that, and then I did my new set, and then I did that, and I don't know how long that was, but that was really fun. And I kind of BS'd around with that set again, so that was really fun. And played around with that because it was like a very, very small crowd. When I mean small crowd, it was like 4 people. But I don't care if it's 4 people or 100 people, which I've never done 100 people, which soon to be I will be. So, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I work with whatever crowd I'll work with. And I make it like it's a big crowd because, you know, I want to keep that energy up, and that's how I do it. So, now, speaking of that 100 crowd people, I'm about to work with Levi, and I'm very, very excited. Levi asked me to work with him, which I'm very, very excited about. I'm also very, very nervous, I'm not going to lie, because apparently that's going to be a very big crowd, and that's the first time I'm going to be working in a very big crowd. Am I excited? Absolutely. It's a very big crowd, very big event. What set am I gonna do? I have no earthly idea. I'm probably gonna do a Brandon Whitehouse set, which is work the same set that you've been doing like 4 or 5 months. Yeah, it might get boring, but then you can work on it more. And I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do, which lately has been my hi, I'm North Korean. And I'm not, but if you want to know that set, you should come see my set, or you should come see me perform, because that's been the set I've been working on lately. So if you want to know that, hi, have fun, or just go watch online. Anyway, have I ever done a crowd that big? No, the biggest crowd I've probably done now is about 40, 50 people-ish. Like the thing in Ashtabula at, Kingsville, not Ashtabula, Kingsville, 50-ish people, ish. So, apparently with this thing with Levi is going to be ish, like 100 people. This is gonna be interesting. I'm excited nonetheless. But boy, is it gonna be interesting. And I just want to bullshit for a second. Hold on. I just want to bullshit for like 2 seconds. Like, just bullshit for 2 seconds. So, my neighbor's like playing on his motorcycle, like, fuck. And the sound's like distracting my ADHD like so hard right now. So, just to say, lately, after I do my North Korean set, I don't know why, but my ADHD, the other day when I was doing my Ashtabula thing, I fucked up. And I was really distraught. I really was. Because there was supposed to be another part of that set. And in my mind, like, I wasn't even going to talk about this in this podcast. I wasn't. And I felt like, in my mind, that I bombed. And I mean, I felt like I flatline bombed, and I was pissed at myself. And Jimmy was like, that was the first part of that, that was your best set that I've ever seen you do. 3 months in, that was the best set you've ever done. That made my little heart sing. Because that was like the best compliment. And that felt so fucking good to know that was the best set I've ever done. That took a lot of pressure off me to know that was the best set that I've ever done. In his eyes. Because in my eyes, I felt like I had just flatlined and bombed. Because in my mind, I felt like I was able to recover sort of, and like after that, I was like, okay, my ADHD, blah, 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 blah. And like if you watch the full set, you can see where I kind of flatline bombed and it was like ADHD, ooh, squirrel type of thing. And I felt like I was able to save myself, which a lot of times is like, oh, cool, you saved yourself. Yeah, but like I can see where I flatlined there, and I'm mad at myself, but I didn't show it. But like Jimmy was like that was like that was your best set in the beginning. That was the best you've done. And it's like I'm glad, but at the same time I I also know that I'm human and I get nervous too. I wasn't nervous in the beginning and then I got on stage. I don't know what the fuck happened. And then it just like I got nervous. And I don't know. I just got nervous, I guess. So, but there's my bullshit that I just had a bullshit for a second and you know, be like, so. But anyway, so that's the end of bullshit with Sky. But so anyway, so where were we? So there's the thing with Levi, and then I'm doing a show on the 25th with Nancy Monty. Jordan, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to remember who's on that list. I'm pretty sure it's Jordan. I'm like 99.9% sure it's Jordan. Because it's whoever won the open mic. And I'm like 99.9% sure it's Jordan. And if you've never seen Jordan perform, he has a bit about a bidet. Or boudet. And it's really fucking funny. Because it's funny because I own one. It's my upstairs bathroom, actually. If Jordan ever wants to know the truth about that, it's my upstairs bathroom. And they're actually a lot cheaper than you think. The fact that somebody said they're like $100, no, they fucking ain't. They are. Here's the fucking truth. Here's the fucking truth. Truth bomb. If you want to know, watch this podcast right now. I looked on Walmart, which is actually where I got mine. Wally World. Hi. My boudet was like $13. Dude, I'm a fucking cheap ass. I'm not paying no $150 fucking dollars for a boudet. Mine was like $14 at Wally World. Yeah. My door-to-door salesman came to me, $14, installed it right upstairs. Guys, I'm totally kidding, by the way. Nobody came to my door and installed it. But it was $13 or $14. Yeah, it's literally at Walmart. And I literally screenshot it. If you want the truth, I can send it to you. But yeah, that actually is the truth. But there was no door-to-door salesman. That's just part of Jordan's act. I wish I was kidding. But I was really surprised actually how cheap it was. Because even if you go to Walmart, that's literally how much it is. It's kind of cool. And I can't believe I'm actually talking about boudets. Because that's really the truth, actually. And if you want like more expensive ones, they go to like $30. But that's like about how more expensive they get is like $30. But if you're getting like $130 one, what are you trying to make it do? Sing your asshole? Like just saying. But anyway. What else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah. So with the Cove, I did want to mention the Cove is only going to be open for hopefully until Halloween. That's the goal. And then it's going to close for the season. So for me, where are you going to be able to find me? Does that mean I'm going to stop performing? Hell to the fucking no. That just means you're going to find me popping up other places. Where though? I have no fucking idea, to be honest. I just realized something. I did perform close by home. I was in Cleveland. I did an open mic at a bar, and I recorded it. It was in Cleveland at the Starlight, I think it was called. It was really recent. It was, I did my North Korean joke, blah, blah, blah. And it was like the reverse heckler thing I did. Spotlight, I think it was called, yeah. And That was really close to home, actually. That was the closest I've ever gone to home. Everything else is like an hour, 30 to an hour, minute, something away from home. And that was like 15 minutes down the road, which was really weird. And so that was really nice. That was also really nice because I am lactose intolerant, which a lot of people don't know, which is why a lot of people probably wonder why I either smuggle Mountain Dew or whatever into shows. I don't drink. I really don't. I do have a bar at home. I drink at home occasionally, like social drink. And I don't usually eat at bars typically. If I do, it's very bland food because I'm lactose intolerant. Like, a handful of people know that about me. So it's very hard to find food that I can eat. So I either don't eat or I just drink Mountain Dew so I can take the long drive home. Quite literally. So, yeah, that's why you don't really see me drinking a whole lot at shows and I look very hungry. I'm not. I probably ate before I left, or I'm gonna eat on the way home and get fast food like McDonald's and I just have chicken nuggets on my way home. I wish I was kidding. But I'm never hungry before a show, so don't feel bad for me. Yeah, so that's usually why you see me having a bottle, or like, small bottle of Mountain Dew, because that's usually my happy juice tea at home. But yeah, so that is why it's so tough for me to find anything when we go to bars. But the point I was getting at was the Spotlight. It's a really nice bar here in Cleveland because it has a gluten-free menu. It has a vegan menu, which means it has fake cheese and things for people that are vegan and or lactose intolerant. Because the person who makes food is gluten-free, she wanted somewhere where gluten-free people and or people like me can eat, and it was so nice to have options. I had a vegan grilled cheese that I could eat, and it was fantastic. Great bar. I'm not saying that other bars aren't great, but for somebody who's lactose intolerant, it was great to have options. It really was. So, and then, what's coming up? Another open mic, October 2nd at Parma Pit, which obviously I'm going to be doing. And then I'm trying to think what else is coming up. Again, I write this shit down. I have to update my notebook again because obviously with so many events coming up, I kind of have to update them. Otherwise, my brain would explode with information and I would never remember jack shit. I'm not even gonna lie. I wouldn't remember shit, people. I barely remember sometimes the shows I'm in unless somebody reminds me or I have it written down. Like, I have a notebook, I kid you not. One side is the shows that I'm in, and the other side is the shows that I'm just seeing. And, yeah, if I didn't have that, forget it. Because my calendar in my phone is just dots. So it's like, hey, reminder, reminder, reminder. And if there's multiple, it's multiple dots. I'm like, that doesn't help me. So... and I'm like, that's not a great reminder in the end. And then if it's work stuff, it's multiple dots. It's like, okay, I need a better reminder. So the notebooks are a perfect way. So yeah. And then I think the thing I want to leave off with, because the funny part is I learned how to time management. And I never really wanted to say this, but the one thing I like about being able to the one thing I like about recording podcast is obviously it's on my phone. So it counts down, when you're recording, how long you're recording. Well, it also keeps me on track because I do 20-minute podcasts. So like right now it's 1919. And it keeps you on track when you're like doing like, a time, you have 5 minutes, and it keeps you on track like when you get the light. So, like, for instance, 1930, okay, you have 5 minutes, or you have 30 seconds, okay? And so, yeah. And then for food for thought, you have 10 minutes. So it keeps you on track and everything, which is really nice. Obviously, if I go a little over, it's not a big deal, but I like to keep it at 20 minutes, which is nice. So, but that's kind of your little behind the scenes secret. So, but thank you guys. I appreciate you guys staying for this, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day and have fun. See you guys later. Bye.